topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Welcome to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV, where we bring you educational information from top local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Now sit back and listen to experts in family law, association law, hearing loss, business brokers, home care, along with many other topics. Now here are your hosts, Steve-O and Sophia.
Hey, good afternoon, Texas and Louisiana. Welcome to another Ask the Expert show, where we bring you the top experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and especially home improvement, which we're going to be talking about today. We have got an incredible show for you. And I want to say this, we were just talking about this before we came on the air. We do about 30 shows a month, and I have been looking at YouTube actually gives us numbers. And I've been looking at this show. This show now has the highest number. This is just for YouTube. Doesn't count any of the other platforms you're on. But what's so amazing about that is we have shows that have been with us 10, 12 years, and their numbers are about half of that. And it's just, hey, this is our number one show now. And we've got a sweetheart with Sarah Mitchell Butler, Provident Public Adjusters. We're going to be talking about those unpaid claims, and we're going to explain to you why it's so important. If you have a claim, that instead of handling it yourself, you've got to have a public adjuster. And I know firsthand. Hey, welcome, Sarah.
Hi, Steve-O. Good to see you.
It's good to see you. Your show is so easy to do because it goes by so fast, but I'm surprised by the letters that we're getting on your show. There are so many homeowners, business owners, HOA condo associations that still don't know what a public adjuster is.
That's true, Steve. Thankfully, people like you are educating everyone out there. So thank you for putting on your show.
Stop sucking up, Sarah.
No, I mean it. I mean it. You're the only one out there doing this, so we were so grateful for that.
Speaking of the only one, we do about 5 public adjuster shows. You have our Texas and Louisiana area. You are the only female that does this. There's not very many females in your business.
There are not. We need more. I think we have a special, a special place in the industry for sure. But, I'd love to see more females and join the club. But it's fun. I love it.
You're like the handyman on that show, the lady who knew so much about fix-ups. But tell people about your company, Provident Public Adjusters.
Yeah, so we are a boutique public adjusting firm. We're not, one of these large companies owned by a hedge fund. So we're independently owned and operating here in Texas. Our office headquarters are out of DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, but we go anywhere throughout Texas. I take quite a number of claims in the Austin and San Antonio markets as well.
It seems like people, when they think public adjuster, it's wind damage. But you do so many other things besides just wind.
Oh, yeah, of course. We do a lot of fire. We are heavy on fire claims. We do commercial claims, water losses, vandalism, anything that is a covered peril under a policy. We provide representation for the policy holders.
Yeah, it's amazing all the different areas that you cover. Um, how does a public adjuster identify and prove like hidden damages, like smoke, mold, and water behind the walls?
Yeah, so we utilize a variety of tools and resources. So, we have moisture meters that we use. We also use additional experts, such as hygienists, will come in and have tests run, and we utilize people who are well versed in what they do as well. Especially hygienists, a hygienist will come in for maybe a water loss or a fire loss, and they will actually perform their own analysis, run tests and samples, and then write a protocol. And then our job would be to estimate for that protocol to ensure that the funds are there, so that the insured has enough money to get the repairs done properly.
So you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, and
Mhm.
I had a claim about 15 years ago. It was from some water damage, and I tried to handle it myself. And they offered me, I think it was like $20,000. And a friend of mine said, "Why aren't you using a public adjuster?" And the first thing I said was, "What is a public adjuster?"
Right.
And they told me how the success they had. I found a public adjuster. Now, you're going to hate me for doing this. Every claim is different, okay? Don't go by mine. But on mine, when I brought a public adjuster in, I know you're not going to be surprised, Sarah, but I got $130,000.
I believe that. I
And
believe it,
that,
Stevo.
well, I know. Yeah, but I don't want everybody to think that's what's going to happen with them. But I
No.
want people, first of all, don't handle it yourself when you have a company like Private Public Adjusters.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad that you found a public adjuster during that loss because, I mean, especially with water, there are so many different variables to consider. Contents, what type of water loss was it? And so how that affected the contents is definitely where the water traveled to, all of the consequential damages for the repairs. There's so many different aspects to consider, and so a public adjuster, is going to have the abilities to look at all, facts surrounding the loss and how it affected the building and the contents, and be able to help the homeowner the way that the policy and the product that they've been paying for is supposed to help them. And so I'm glad that you had a positive experience,
Unbelievable.
because, yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm very glad to hear that.
It's funny. I think some of the letters we get, people think if they try to do it themselves, they're going to save some money. But that is so untrue. And I want to compliment you because, when someone signs up with you, you do so much work before you realize your first dime.
That's right. Yes, that is right. As I mentioned before, sometimes we have to utilize experts. We have to, order reports and, submit samples. And so those are claim expenses that we know are necessary to prove the loss. And so, it takes time, and money to do those things. But the good news is we are in it for the long haul because we understand what the policy is supposed to indemnify the insured for, and how to estimate and negotiate to get them to that point.
We have a lot of business owners that watch our show. It's actually getting ready to become even bigger because we have a lot of business broker shows that we're starting to do now. But I want to tell you, if you're a business owner and you have a leak or you have a fire damage, you don't realize how much time you're going to spend on the phone that's going to take you away from your business when you can have someone like, Provident helping you. Isn't that correct?
That's right. We take the burden of, proving the loss and processing the claim away from the insured. And not only that, Steve-O, but those business owners are experiencing loss of income by
Yes.
one having the actual loss that occurred, that is providing a business interruption, but two, you're right, it's another additional task to handle, in addition to running an entire business. If I had, personally, I know this sounds silly, I have a claim on my personal home, and because I prioritize all of my clients, my personal home claim is taking longer than it is for my clients because I prioritize their claim ahead of mine. But it's because I'm a business owner. It's about taking care of my clients and making sure my clients are taken care of before I am. And so if you're a business owner, you want your focus to be on ensuring that your business continues to run, versus taking care of an insurance claim. And so we're able to provide that as well.
I think we have some static going on. Can you hear me okay now?
You've got pretty bad static there as well. Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. What role does the Texas Insurance Code, what role do they play keeping insurance companies accountable for during claims?
Um, yeah, that's pretty bad. Let me should I log out and log back in? This static's pretty
Trying
bad.
to see. Yeah. Let me
Wait a
try
minute, Sarah,
that.
the static's coming from the phone.
Oh, okay. Hang on 1 second. Let me log out and log back in.
I think she's going to try to come back in. Hey, folks, we do a live show, and a lot of shows out there are pre-recorded. We prefer a live show. Hey, it even happens on CNN and Fox. There's freezing that goes on. Rebel, I'm glad it's not me at this time. We'll wait for Sarah to come back on. We're talking about public insurance adjusters today, and it's such an important topic because there's so many people who try to handle their claims themselves. And I got to tell you, because again, I personally experienced it. I actually, had a claim, and I tried to handle it myself, and the difference was between them offering me 20,000, and when I got a public adjuster, I actually got 130,000. All claims are different. Just because I got that much money, I think she's back. We're still getting some static. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay, sir? I think we're still getting static.
If I can hear you, but Sarah, that's fine. It just might be in the phone.
Can you hear us now, Sarah? She looks like she's frozen too. We're talking about public insurance adjuster. Sarah is working out of her car today, taking care of. You're still pretty muffled. Hey, Rebel, I'm glad it's not me this time. We can hear you.
Your audio is good, Steve, but do me a favor, move your mouse around. And Sarah, your camera went out. We can't see you anymore. Unfortunately, we are getting close to the end of.
Yes. You know, we're actually we're running the phone number right now. Um, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're listening on radio, it's 817 692 9144. That's 817-692-9144. If you want to go to their website, it's www.txclaims, that's plural.com, www.txclaims.com. And you're right, we're coming towards the end. How much time do we have left?
4 minutes.
Okay. And I don't know why I'm frozen. It's just one of those days. I'm actually doing the mouse and it's not making a difference at all. But anyway, this is, and Sarah will be back again with us next month. And I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. Again, we're talking about public insurance adjusters. And it is, folks, it is so important. Whether you have a leak, you have wind damage, you have roof damage, smoke and fire, even if you have a break-in to your house, a lot of people do not know what's on their homeowners insurance. It's amazing. And it takes someone like Sarah's company to actually understand your policy. And these insurance companies, just remember, they want to pay you the least amount possible. And that's their job. They want to, whereas her job is to make sure she gets the most money for you. And they get paid on a percentage. But I got to tell you again, going through it, it is so well worth it. I'm going to give you their contact information one time. I don't think we're going to get her back on today. The name of the company is Provident Public Adjusters. It's 817-692-9144. www.texasclaims, that's plural.com. I'm sorry we couldn't have gotten her on. Maybe we will be able to get her on later on this month. Thank you for listening today. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Thanks for tuning in today to the Ask the Expert show on W4CY Radio and Talk4 TV. Tune in next week and every week to hear more from our experts on personal injury, insurance, air condition repairs, estate planning, Medicare, and many other topics in the areas of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. See you next week.